We know this for plants and animals and everything. The atmosphere in which they live is very important, the habitat, otherwise they won't thrive, isn't it? The same goes for the human being. If you just want to somehow live and die, you can live anywhere. But if you want to thrive really, then it's important what kind of spaces you live in.
You will see many parts of your house will feel like a coffin. Not everybody who is having psychological problems are pathologically ill. Most of them are victims of the situations in which they exist.
This is why, from everything to everything, how the house should be, where you should place what. If… I don't know, these days it's all going away, we are going by modern aesthetics. Otherwise, if my grandmother was here, everything where what should be what, everything should be in a particular way. In the house, if you go probably, if your mother comes from a traditional background, in the kitchen if you go, always salt and tamarind will be kept together, never separately. Do you know this? Is it so? Still maintained? Yes, because all this awareness, unfortunately, just became tradition. It's beautiful that it became a tradition, but without giving the necessary understanding to people why it is so. Simply do it. After some time, somebody comes and says, why should I do it? I'll keep tamarind on my head, salt somewhere else. It doesn't work like that. All these items have something to do with how you live, everything, how it should be kept. Incense burning is about the atmosphere, not about you. Because different spaces, indoors especially, in different spaces, there are different kinds of… one thing is smells, there's also different kinds of energy structures which will happen. The shape and size of the room will do this. This is why there is such a attention to the shape and size of the room. In Indian culture, there is a whole attention to the shape and size of the room in which you live, because the shape and size of the room in some way, if it is not heavily ventilated, when I say heavily ventilated, from both sides two walls are open and it's happening, then it feels almost like outdoor. That's different. Most homes are not made this way because they have neighbors, you can't open too many windows, too many openings won't work, there is weather, there are many things, all right. And there is air conditioning, worse. So, different shapes and sizes kind of create different kinds of energy structures. These energy structures can, if they become very strong, can determine your psychological and emotional state, which either can be conducive or can become an impediment in who you want to be. It is a different kind of thing, that it clarifies the air, it just makes the atmosphere feel more lively. Fundamentally, whatever structures that are there, it will make indoor like outdoor. If you burn a mild… you shouldn't put too much, then you will sneeze and lose your brains. Just mild Sambrani in the house will make it feel like, though you're indoors, the feeling is of outdoors because it's an unstructured space. I'm sure your parents must have told you, your clothes should be properly folded and kept, your bedclothes should be properly folded and kept. This is the difference it makes in your life. In this country, we were always told, after you wake up in the morning, if you do not fold your bedclothes, then devils will come and dance on it, demons will come and dance on it, and then when you go to sleep next day in those kind of clothes, it's going to affect your life. And that's just a dialectical way of expression, and it's true. What we call as a devil or demon is a negative form of life. What we call as a divine is a positive form of life. That which sustains you, that which enriches you is divine. That which affects you in a negative way is the demon. If you just crumple it and keep it, it attracts the negative form of energy. If you keep it properly folded, it becomes positive.
So the Punya Pooja is to enliven the house. The space in the house should become alive. If you have lived in such a way in your home, that every moment you're on with love and light within you, then no Punya Puja would be needed. But today you have built homes which are so large, it's very difficult to make them alive just by living. If you just had a one-room house and you lived in great sense of love and joy, you can easily keep it very alive. But today your house has 10, 15 enclosures. It's very difficult for any human being to keep it alive. Once in a way, if you do not live in it, slowly if you enter certain parts of your home, you will see it feels like a coffin. So Punya Puja is a way of consecrating your home, entire home, every part of it, so that there is some sense of aliveness and energy. But we cannot consecrate your home in such a way it's forever, because your house is not built through that geometry. It doesn't have that kind of material to hold the energy forever. If we live in an Indian home, easily 1 or 2 years it will stay alive. An American home, particularly largely with wood and inside all those insulating material, keeping it alive. I'm saying if nothing alive is happening in the house, you're a depressed person, suppose. You have a whole bunch of depressed people in the house, nobody's really alive. If it is so, this Punya Puja may deplete in a matter of 6 to 8 months. It will not stay for very long because the material used does not support that. If the house was built with brick or stone, we could make it alive and easily make it stay that way at least for 2 years. Minimum 2 years, I would say 1.5 to 2 years, it could last much more.
The Bhairav yantra is for those who are actively involved with life. They want to lubricate. They have many things to do in the world. They want to do many things in the world. They want to lubricate their actions with the grace of the Devi. So Devi and all the forms, different types of yantras available with regard to Devi is about that, to bring grace in such a way that you can take up things and do things and you still do not get into friction. Her grace will take care of that. We estimated if the homes are anywhere between 2,000 to 2,500 square feet of home, we thought the small yantra would do. When we noticed that the homes are larger than that, we said, this is not enough, and we brought the Avigna. And Avigna has a slightly more business-like attitude towards it, more for success and prosperity. But of course, those who want to make use of it for spiritual processes can always make use of it. That element is always the basic element. The idea is to create an energy form, to create assistance for people to do whatever they want to do.
Totally there are 6 triangles here. These 6 triangles represent the 6 chakras, because the 7th one is not something that you manipulate like this. It's the 6 chakras and the 5 elements and the 5 different fires. So you create a plate, preferably a copper plate or any metal plate, let's say, filled with water, and in that you keep a lamp, a ghee lamp or a vegetable oil lamp, preferably sesame oil. Sesame generates heat. In winters, in entire southern India, people are eating a lot of till or sesame seeds to generate heat in the body. It generates enormous amount of heat. So sesame oil or ghee or any other vegetable oil and 5 lamps with water body around it. You just burn this for 6 to 8 hours in the day. This area will gather a certain level of our aura and the Akashic element will become dominant. If there are sick people, growing children, old people, it will do wonders for them. Or if you want to meditate, you want to create a meditative space, it will work beautifully. You can just create this kind of space for yourself every day if you just have this burning for 6 to 8 hours, and then you can remove that and sit there. Or you can make it a permanent thing, you can put this on some kind of a sheet so that you can move it and put it back when you want to sit, or you can sit with it. There is no issue, you can just leave it as it is and sit with it. it could bring a lot of benefits because this is a way of managing the Panchagni system. If one wants to learn mantras and kriyas associated with that, it is possible, but that will involve a different level of involvement and attention. But this is something that everybody can do. So you can create Panchagni like this in your own home and benefit from that.